Operation Confidence proudly presents America's Invisible Heroes radio talk show. Tune in weekly on Sundays, 2 to 3 p.m. Pacific Time, with your hosts, Consuelo Mackey, U.S. Army veteran and co-host Matt Davidson, announcer Taylor Marcella, and Brooke Gadesi, U.S. Army veteran and entertainment segment host Charles Whitehead, Veterans and Legal segment host, attorney Danielle Sherrod, U.S. Army Veterans and Lifeline for Women Veterans segment host Martha Elena Varela, Veterans in Recovery host Anthony Akinpora, and U.S. Air Force veteran and Incarceration to Success segment host Kevin Lewandowski. For more information or to be a guest on our show, email info@operationconfidence.org.
Well, welcome everyone, and thank you for tuning in to Americans Invisible Heroes. This show is dedicated to our veterans and their families. Yes, I'm your host, Consuelo Mackey, Executive Director of a nonprofit organization called Operation Confidence. Operation Confidence tries to provide a platform for our veterans to be able to share heartfelt stories, resources, and accomplishments. And that's the purpose for American Invisible Heroes. Today, I would like to introduce our wonderful co-hosts. We have Matt Davidson. Yay, Matt. Matt's back from writing his amazing articles in one of the top veteran magazines. He's a U.S. Army or U.S. Air Force veteran and board member, and our co-host, of course. Then we have Charles Whitehead. Charles is a U.S. Army Reserve veteran and board member. And then from there, we have Brooke Gadesi. Brooke is a board member and one of our announcers. We have our Taylor is not on today, but she'll be back next week. Martha is on by audio. Martha is Martha Varela. She's a U.S. Army veteran and on the advisory board. And she has a weekly segment called Lifeline for Women Veterans. Then Lauren, thank you, Lauren. Lauren has also a weekly segment. It's called Creative Charities, and she's a sponsor for Operation Confidence. So we're excited to have her on board. And of course, today we're going to be able to talk to our wonderful monthly segment host, and that's Elma, who's representing PVA, Paralyzed Veterans of America. And we're going to go from there. Matt, I would love for you to first open up our show with your topic, please.
Yes. Today's opening topic is the VA and Indian Health Service for American Indians and Alaska Native veterans. The Department of Veterans Affairs and the Indian Health Service renewed a partnership October 1st to help the country's nearly 145,000 American Indian and Alaska Native veterans overcome healthcare access barriers. The partnership, originally established in 2003, facilitates healthcare access and improves patient experience, information technology, resource sharing, and will now open the door for these agencies to develop an operational plan to achieve 4 goals and objectives agreed upon with tribal stakeholders. VA and the Indian Health Service leadership engaged key tribal stakeholders during the 90-day tribal consultation sessions in the late 2020 and early 2021 to gain insights and feedback on how both agencies can better serve these historically marginalized patient populations. Through these collaborative efforts, they will continue to bridge existing gaps and provide equitable care delivery to American Indian and Alaska Native Americans and ensure they receive the high quality care they have earned. The 4 mutual goals of this particular partnership are to increase access and improve quality of healthcare and services for the benefit of eligible American Indian and American Alaska Native veterans. To facilitate enrollment and seamless navigation for eligible ANAI veterans in VHA and IHS healthcare systems, and to facilitate the integration of electronic health records and other health information technology systems that affect the healthcare of these veterans. And lastly, to improve access for patient population through the resource sharing, including technology, providers, training, human resources services, facilities, and communications with reimbursement. For more information about the VHA IHS partnership, the American Indian and Native Alaskan veterans, please contact the VHA office at Rural Health at orhcomms@va.gov or ihs@newsroom@ihs.gov. And I'll read the last one again, because that's easier than the first one.
Okay.
You can contact IHS at newsroom@ihs.gov. And that's a lot of information about organizations that are almost never served, never even talked about or thought about. And now they're finally making some efforts, the VA is, to take care of these folks. And it's about time.
That's right. That's for sure. Thank you so much, Matt, for that informative information as always.
Sure.
Martha, you ready?
Yep.
Martha's coming on audio. We missed that pretty face, girlfriend, today.
Sorry, guys. I had so much going on and some technical difficulties here in the beginning. But yeah, I'm going to share an article today. I was hoping to have a guest on today, Henry Ortiz, who's the executive director of a really small nonprofit in Sacramento. But Henry is by far no small person in stature. We were hoping to have him come on today. Hopefully, maybe next week we can bring him on. But he runs a small nonprofit called Community Healers. And so Henry has spent some time incarcerated and really dedicated his life to helping those who were wrongfully convicted of crimes that they did not commit, particularly the underrepresented communities that we heard Matt speak of, just to really help give them healing and power and voice to their situation. And so I'm hopeful that he can join us soon, because there's a way for us to connect around this population of incarcerated veterans, and how, many of them, need that extra support and connection when they transition back into the community. So unfortunately, he wasn't able to be here today. So I'm going to read just a small article regarding our women veterans. And so this article was written on my birthday, it looks like, November 11th, 2021, by Cybele.
Veterans Day, huh?
Day? Yeah.
Yeah, Veterans Day, baby girl.
Yes.
I couldn't
have planned that. I couldn't have planned that any better. It's nice to finally get my birthday off with pay and double dip on some of the freebies.
All the free stuff.
But this article was written by Cybele C. Greenberg, and again, just talking about women veterans, and how we must not forget that women veterans are the fastest growing group of veterans. So when you're trying to get 100-pound rucksack to fit comfortably onto your back, you quickly realize the system just wasn't built for you. And it's not just the rucksack. The gap between your M16's pistol grip and trigger are too wide for your hand. Your Kevlar helmet falls forward over your eyes every time you move your head, destabilized by the bun coiled neatly at the nape of your neck. Even your green shorts fit funny with their inner liner briefs, baggy in all the wrong places. Every piece of your gear, every part of your uniform reminds you that you probably don't belong, but it isn't at all surprising. The entire military system, after all, was built by men for men. Being a female service member means being a contrarian to both military traditions and societal gender roles. While serving, we are an obvious minority. Our mere presence changes things, like the banning of the Marine Corps' beloved silkies shorts in 2011, partly because they were not deemed modest enough for gender integrated physical training. Once discharged back into the civilian world, we face challenges living up to the ideals of American femininity, wifehood, and motherhood. After spending so long cultivating an outer shell of invulnerability, it's hard learning to be gentle again. Some women veterans have previously described the process of navigating this dissonance as a uniquely lonely experience. Many feel like constant outsiders while on and then following active duty. Fabletix apologized for saying its military discount only extended to men. The issue goes deeper, female veterans say. Part of the problem is institutional. During active service, women suffer from the fact that most of the Department of Defense's equipment and standards are based on the male body's needs and abilities. Take the military's outdated body composition standards, for instance. Preliminary research indicates these standards, grounded in male and anthropometrics of weight for height calculations, overpredict body fat in more than 70% of service women. This mismatch has resulted in an unhealthy focus on thinness rather than fitness, with 30% of military women meeting the criteria for eating disorders. Women veterans face second-class citizenship after serving too. When it comes to reproductive health, the shortcomings of the Department of Veterans Affairs resources are well documented. Some include the limited availability of providers trained in specialized reproductive health care and obstetrics and gynecology services, the long wait times for both referrals and appointments, and the fact that 1 out of 4 female veterans experience inappropriate comments or behavior on VA medical facility grounds. Another part of this problem is cultural. Many women feel isolated from peers while serving. They are often the only female in the unit and excluded from veteran communities. Research by the Wounded Warrior Project earlier this year shows that 80% of wounded female veterans report feeling lonely and disconnected from their peers, almost 20% higher than the men. Upon showing up to veterans clubs and events, female veterans are frequently asked where their husbands served. I left active duty in July, so this is the author speaking, and now live in the heart of Washington, D.C. I'm 27, physically fit, and work out every day. Despite the city's heavy liberal bend, whenever sweatshirt or swing by my local copy shop, Marine Corps key lanyard in hand, I inevitably get the comment and question, "Your boyfriend must be a Marine. How did you two meet?" Experiences like this have resulted in many female service members calling themselves invisible veterans. In recent years, the federal government has sought to change this. In May of 2019, the House Committee on Veterans Affairs launched a new bipartisan Women Veterans Task Force aimed at increasing the visibility of women veterans as well as their access to veterans programming and resources. In 2021, the historic Deborah Sampson Act was signed into law, expanding the amount of social and legal and medical services available to women who have served in uniform. These are good first steps, but we desperately need a greater shift in the collective American mindset. The VA is still resisting initiatives to change the organization's motto, to more inclusive, gender neutral language. When we think of what a veteran looks like, and especially a combat veteran, most of us still conjure up the image of a man. We think of the male heroes who landed on the Normandy beaches, persevered through a freezing winter on the shores of the chosen reservoir, and tracked down and killed Osama bin Laden. And yet, there's no stopping demographic change. Women are the fastest growing cohort within the veteran community. According to data from the US Census Bureau, women made up only 6% of the veteran population in 2000, but are projected to make up around 16% by 2040. And it's a very young veteran population, with more than 30% having served only during the post 9/11 period. This is partly due to the relatively recent regulatory changes allowing women to serve in a greater variety of combat roles starting in the early 90s. Women are the fastest growing group of veterans, and this is something that's going to strive the recognition that they deserve. While U.S. forces still experience challenges when it comes to female integration, other countries have demonstrated the prowess and potential of modern women warriors during recent conflicts. Greater female representation among American troops is a good thing for the active duty and veteran communities, although women make up only around 16% of service members. They represent 23% of veterans who complete a degree or certificate program through the GI Bill and go on to have ambitious careers in traditionally male-dominated fields, including tech and politics. So in the future, the hope is that women's identity as a military member and veteran will be defined by her service instead of her gender. I hope the nation of a warrior evolves within the American psyche, so that when I see someone run down the block, my neighbors see, or when I run down the block, this article, Consuelo, thank you so much. And this really touches a lot, and you don't really realize it until you read articles like this, right? Until you find and hear, the stories of other female veterans who kind of talk about this. And for so long, for me personally, I had put my whole military existence away on the shelf, and literally just like this article explains, being invisible, not identifying as a veteran, not connecting to any of these, veteran communities, any events, any, resources at all. And it's really sad. It's, when I think about it and I hear, especially when I hear other women veterans kind of explaining their stories that are similar to this. And so, quickly, because I know this was quite a long article, one thing in particular that sticks out for me when we heard this article talk about like the equipment, you never think of that, right? And for me, it was those doggone boots. When I joined in, the early 90s, they were those all leather boots. And those boots are not made to run and march miles and miles. And because I was short, I was in the front. So I had to take like the longer strides, and those boots broke my foot. I had a hairline fracture in the top of my right foot that never went away. Hairline fractures don't always heal. And broken foots don't either. Broken feet, I'm sorry. But for me, those boots, broken foots. And nowadays they've changed those, right? Because how many, I can just imagine, disability claims the VA has regarding those doggone boots, because they switched them. And now they have the more
what they wearing now, Martha?
Yeah.
Uggs? What they
Well,
wearing
no, now they have those elastic that like around the ankle, right? They're leather on the toe and leather in the back of the foot, but around the ankle they're elastic, and that's more to bend, right? When you're walking and marching and because again, those other leather boots were not made for female feet, obviously, and I'm still suffering the effects. And so my body had to shift to the right foot being broken or being, off track. So now I'm having problems in my left hip. And so you never imagine these things while you're in it until years and years and years later. So I, like the many other veterans who didn't know about, the process, will be going for my disability too, because my leg is getting worse. And so it's just an interesting thing. And I love reading these types of articles and finding women to share their stories like this, because it's real and it's healing to actually get to connect and reconnect and go through those experiences with a veteran community like this that we have here. And so I'm hopeful that our reach will be able to provide that same, platform and outlet for others to heal who have gone through, as we heard this article explain, it hit it right on the head. So thank you, Connie, for finding this very powerful article.
Oh, my pleasure, sweetheart. Thank you for sharing it.
It takes time, it's a slow pace, but over time, change happens. So it's unfortunate because a lot of things were happening for minority veterans as well, and it takes time. Women, they fell at the back of the line this time. So but women are progressing. So you got to keep the articles going and keep the information going. So
Right, that's amazing. Thank you so much for that. Okay, so on you, Lauren. Woo, Lauren.
You're muted.
Hi, I'm Lauren Hammond, and my company is called Creative Charity Auctions. I raise money for nonprofits and charities and schools and synagogues and churches and lots of other organizations. And I work with Operation Confidence in helping them raise money, and I have over the last few years, and I am so happy always to do that. One of the things that we do right now are silent, live, and online auctions. And we also have a store that's on our website so that if anyone goes to buy something, they can pick a charity where they would like us to donate. And I would love to send donations to Operation Confidence for anyone who would like to buy something. We have hundreds of items in our inventory, ranging from music, entertainment, and sports collectibles. We have art, jewelry, handbags, and lots of travel, both local, domestic, and international. And so if somebody goes on and they don't see something that they'd like to buy, let me know, because we have hundreds of other items and some will be going on this week. We'll be adding more. And I also can search for someone if they're looking for a particular item. And if we don't have it, we can either create it or find it for them. So please look. I've been in the business for almost 20 years, and I've been working all this time, and my whole goal is to raise as much as possible for the nonprofits. And so please check out our website, go to our store, and if you see something you like, or if there's something you'd like that you don't see, please, you can reach me through my website at creativecharityauctions.com, or you can call my office, which is 818-425-2244. And we'd be so happy to ship items to you, or you can come by our office and pick them up, either way. But that's what we do. We're here to help Operation Confidence, and I'll be here every week to help, and we'd love to send them money. So please call me. There's also my cell phone is on there, 818-425-2244. So thank you, Connie. I'm always happy to be here and always happy to help raise money for you.
Oh, you're so precious. Thank you so much for this great information. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
So we're gonna move right on. I know that you have to leave. You're
I do.
always very, very busy. So
I do. I have a couple of events I'm working on, and I look forward to seeing you next week.
okay, great.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Bye, everyone.
Take care.
Thanks.
Okay, Brooke, it's on you, girlfriend.
Thanks. Roughly 20 veterans die by suicide every day. Canines for Warriors is determined to change that. Canines for Warriors exists because of a fierce dedication to saving the lives of both veterans and rescue dogs. This program is backed by scientific research and empowers veterans who fought for our freedom to live a life of dignity and independence. Graduates of Canines for Warriors program are able to live a life that they previously did not think was possible. Many have reunited with their families, gone back to school, found renewed enjoyment in life, and significantly reduced their medication. Service-related trauma keeps veterans from living the life they deserve. The primary focus is to restore and support our veterans who have PTSD, traumatic brain injury, or military sexual trauma. For veterans who are willing to take the first step to regain independence in their lives, Canine for Warriors is here to help. Their team supports veterans by navigating a scientifically proven process, pairing them with a trained service dog, and supporting them during and after the program. For more information, email info@caninesforwarriors.org. That email address again, info@caninesforwarriors.org, or call 1-888-819-0112. The number again, 1-888-819-0112. Their address is Canines for Warriors, 114 Camp Canine Road, Ponte Vedra, Florida, 32081.
Wow, that's some good information. Thank you so much. And if anyone needs a service dog, don't forget about them. They're a great organization.
So these dogs are available to any veteran or you
Yes,
know,
Yes, uh-huh.
any veteran, you just have to apply and they'll match you with the dog.
any kind of dog that's on the in the mix there.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. All right. It's time for my wonderful co-host, Matt Davidson, U.S. Air Force. Go, Matt.
Okay. I'm going to read a little article here about the U.S. Air Force Sergeant David Acosta. He served in Iraq as an explosive ordnance specialist. And on December, an improvised device, 2006, he disarmed two improvised devices, but the third one got him. His left arm was blown off. He received third-degree burns to his legs and sustained arterial injuries to his legs, to his heart.
Wow.
He was given 25% chance of living. Later, that was increased to 50% chance with surgery. But he made it. And when you think about Thanksgiving Day and veterans, just to be able to live is a reason to be thankful.
That's right.
Later, David, unfortunately, his marriage broke up, but it was not related to his injury. He said the wives of injured veterans have a different job. We're prepared for things like this, but they aren't. David has avoided the last perils of PTSD and TBI. He gets around pretty well. He plays sports, and that will probably tie into PVA, the work that they do. But he plays sports and he enjoys life. he's thankful. He's thankful just to be alive.
Right.
It's important for Daniel to be part of the larger community, and know that the community supports it. And again, it's all about Thanksgiving, being thankful, about being alive, about having support like people like PVA, and and being able to get around and enjoy life still, regardless of what you go through. So
Right.
Yes, thanks
that's
for giving me
hopefully a little
another day.
inspirational story.
Yeah.
Just something like Charles' story and a lot of others, you know. Just happy to have another day.
Hey, thanks for giving me more life to, seeing another Thanksgiving and just being able to be and, just do
Yeah,
with the people that, just giving me the opportunity. So it
yeah,
could be
Mhm.
different.
yep.
Right.
Great
Excellent.
story, Matt.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that, Matt. I know that you have to leave. You got more appointments, but we just so happy to have you back again. And I know you'll be back next month with some more good information.
Yeah, I want to try to find some folks to come on and take part that maybe we haven't heard from lately.
Yeah, right. Yeah, told me about a few. Yeah, make sure you tell them know we're welcome and we love to have them involved and on the show. Okay.
Yeah,
Thank,
sure.
thank you. Tell
Okay.
Ann I send my love.
Okay, I will. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Matt.
Hey,
Bye-bye.
Matt, take care, man.
Bye-bye now.
Okay,
Bye, Matt.
Charles. Charles, it's on you.
All right, I'm gonna introduce these the next two gentlemen, one by one. At first, we're talking about Elmer. Elmer's been here. He's a monthly segment host with the PVA. But I'm gonna just tell you a little bit about him. He was enlisted in the Marines, buddy playing in Kansas City, Missouri, with his first cousin, and split a 4-year tour from 1972 to 74. From Kansas City, Camp Pendleton, LA to Pomona, Elmer graduated from Cal Poly Pomona School of Architecture with a Bachelor of Arts degree, architecture degree. He retired with 25 years of service from LA County Department of Public Works. His wife and he recently celebrated their 43rd anniversary.
Yeah. Well, yep.
Wow, that's
So,
amazing.
one son, 2 daughters, one granddaughter, and 4 grandsons.
All right, Elmer.
And he recently, when I met him, Elmer was standing tall. We were both singing in the church choir. He recently injured his spinal cord in 2015. After rehabilitation, the VA Veterans Administration of Long Beach Spinal Cord Injury Therapy, Paralyzed Veterans of America and California, the PVACC, sponsoring adaptive sports and his fellow veterans. I guess he got encouraged, to do his second passion. Now he's helping and serving fellow veterans. Elmer will listen and work diligently to resolve veterans' needs and concerns, and will be an advocate to secure the care for veterans with most catastrophic and acute medical needs. Now, Jose Reynoso served 4 years in the United States Marine Corps, reaching the rank of Corporal E4. He served as an infantryman in the 3rd Battalion, 1st Marines, and was deployed to Afghanistan in early 2010. In early 2011, he deployed again in a Marine Expeditionary Unit, MEU, teaching and training different tactics of warfare to many armies and police forces throughout the world. In late 2012, Jose honorably separated from the Marines and shortly after started attending Pierce College in the San Fernando Valley. His goals were to attend school, to acquire his bachelor's in criminal justice, and get into law enforcement. But the tables had turned on him when he got into a motorcycle accident on October 16, 2015. Leaving him paralyzed, T4 complete paraplegia, but still striving to achieve the greatest goal of all, to make the impossible possible. Roughly after a year of being injured, Jose was introduced to the Paralyzed Veterans of America California chapter, and ever since then his world has changed for the better. Attending adaptive games and seeing how everyone, even with an injury, can still smile and laugh, the camaraderie between brothers and sisters hadn't faded. If anything, it burned brighter than anything ever before. That's what helped Jose want to be a part of that, to help others find that motivation, find that spark to smile, to enjoy everything in life, to live life anew. When Jose became part of the board of directors for the PVACC, he had one goal in mind, and that was to do exactly what was given to him, a new life. So now what we have here, Elmer is the president of the PVACC and Jose is the vice president of the PVACC. Welcome aboard, guys.
Yeah,
Hey,
welcome
Wow.
Charles.
aboard. What a
Wow,
great
Charles.
testimonial.
That was a great
Welcome, welcome.
introduction. Man, I kind of took me back there for a little while, man.
Uh, Thank you, Charles. Makes me want to re-enlist again.
Yeah.
And we're
You
so
know,
honored to have you both on.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
that's
Thanks.
funny. It's funny that you say that because um, before the military wouldn't have anyone with a disability at all. You know, if you had a hitch in your get along when you were in what's wrong up medical leave, medical discharge, and
Exactly.
now I think they're like Taylor works for military, doesn't she? On
Yeah, she's Edward Air Force Base
still that's
inside the office, but she's
still
amazing.
yeah
She's not a veteran, but she still works there.
but anyway, yeah, go ahead now. Let me stop
Yeah,
stealing my
yeah.
thunder.
Great introduction, Charles. Thank you for that. And I have to say it's an honor to be here, in Invisible Heroes. It gives us the opportunity to share some of the things that PVA California chapter does for our members. Like the name says, invisible heroes. And a lot of people don't know some of the things that goes on behind the lines. Just like Martha was talking about the women in the military. Wow,
Right.
what a article. That we didn't realize that all of these things happen to women, but they do. And unfortunately, even some minorities, there's various challenges that we go through. But through it all, I have to say that perseverance and determination makes a difference in when you have trials and tribulations in your life. And for Jose and I, uh, being paralyzed opened a whole new world for us. And so, like Charles was saying, I'm the president, but I have to say that my number one priority here is to help our paralyzed veterans. We have members in all 50 states here. Majority of them are here in California, but we have members in Hawaii, the Philippine Islands, and through this pandemic, we realize that we can reach them through Zoom now.
Right.
And
Exactly.
so we get a chance to reach out to our members on a different platform here, a virtual platform, which we want to take advantage of. And I have to say, just recently, for Thanksgiving, we have inpatients there at the Long Beach SCI Center. Our board approved that we purchase Thanksgiving lunches for 150 inpatients there. And so, what an opportunity to reach out to these inpatients. One of our board members is there right now, Teresa. She's an inpatient there, and she's kind of giving us the inside scoop of what's happening there on the ground. So, we getting firsthand information that the lunches were served and they was good. They were turkey, ham, dressing, mashed potatoes and gravy, green beans. I seen a little mushrooms in the green beans.
Who did all the cooking
Well, the cafeteria there
at PVA?
at Long Beach, VA. Yeah, they
Oh,
have the
Long Beach, VA.
cafeteria.
Okay.
Yeah, and so I know Mr. Parker personally. He said that whatever we wanted, all we had to do is just talk to him, and they served all of those meals to our inpatients. So, what an opportunity to reach out, and that's kind of what we do. I have to say another thing that we've done recently for one of our members. One of our other members donated a van, a
Wow.
217 Honda Odyssey van. And so our board members, we asked out around whoever needs a van, submit their names. We had received 4 names, and the board selected one of our members, Michael Moriel, to receive the van. Michael is a unique individual. You know, he's a Dodgers fan. He's a diehard Dodgers fan. He's at all the Dodgers games. But you know, Michael lives in Covina. He will leave his house at 12 o'clock, catch the bus, catch the train. Well, he catch the train down to the Union Station. From there, he would catch a bus to Dodger Stadium.
All in a wheelchair?
All in a wheelchair. It takes Michael approximately, he leaves his house at 12 o'clock for a 5 p.m. game.
Ooh.
He gets there around 3:30 or so. He's in line. He watches the games, and then he has to leave the game early because of the buses. He want to catch the bus, come back home. Michael usually don't get back home until 11 or 12 o'clock at night.
Oh, wow. He deserved that fan.
And also, Michael volunteers. He's on our birthday crew. We have a little thing now where volunteers call all of our members on their birthday and wish them happy birthday. A personal call from PVA goes a long way, and Michael's one of those guys who make those birthday calls. And so Michael volunteered for our office, and man, I have to tell you, when the board voted to give him the van, I knew that he was well deserving to receive it. And when I took the keys over to him,
he
you
cried.
should have seen the, oh man, it was so touching.
Did you get any pictures?
Yeah, we got pictures. We're going to post them. We're going to post them on our Momentum newsletter that's going out.
Yeah, but when you're on next month, show them though. We want to see them too.
Yeah. Okay.
I
will. I have them. I have to show you. But I have to say that Michael was so happy and appreciative. You know, when I met Michael at DMV, he had that van detailed. That van was shiny, and he was
wow.
So happy.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah,
and all the adaptive equipment was in, I'm quite sure.
Huh? Oh yeah, the hand control. He had already went through training at the VA to get his license.
Mm-hmm.
So man, now I can visit his family.
Oh, isn't that wonderful?
Yeah,
that was
what an opportunity. That's just some of the little things that we do, you know, to make a difference in our members' lives, you know, because they're so deserving. And I'll just say one more thing, and I'll hand it over to Jose here.
Okay.
You know, we've gone through this pandemic now going for a year and a half, almost 2 years. I just got the word that we might be allowed back in the VA, but we won't be allowed into the wards. And so we're going to go back to our office. We're kind of going to be on a hybrid schedule where we won't be there every day. We're going to continue to work from home and continue our virtual reaching out to our members. So we're kind of looking forward to that.
Right.
And with that said, I'll hand it over to Jose, and he can kind of talk about some of the other things we're doing.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely appreciate it, Elmer. Thank you for that. And yeah, I don't want to be taking too much of the time that we have here allotted. But yes, as Elmer mentioned, we're here for our members, for the veterans and for the families, because most of them, the VA unfortunately is not able to provide or not give them services that we as spinal cord injuries need, because we are essentially a different breed, you know, considering to other veterans or other patients that they have. We need special needs that we can't acquire elsewhere. So as the organization Paralyzed Veterans of America, we focus on those injuries and we help them strive to have a better life. Not because just because you're disabled doesn't mean you're disabled in life. Like, there's still so much more that anyone can do in life. Being in a wheelchair or being in the way that they are, they still have plenty of more things to do. And as myself, I'm not just one of the younger members that they have. I'm 31, but I've been injured for 6+ years now, and I believe I've done more in my life since I've been in a wheelchair than I did when I was ambulatory, when I was walking. And it's very amazing the things that the world has out there for us now, compared to how it was before, back in the days. But there's so many things that anyone can do. And I've gone skydiving. I've raced race cars. I gone skiing. There's so many adaptive sports out there for the disabled community, and so that's what we strive to do as our organization. We strive to achieve those goals for our members so they can get back into life, get back into living, happy, or being able to do what they can, as what Elmer mentioned about giving this member a vehicle so they can be back there with family. They can celebrate Thanksgiving, as this one just passed. So it's those are the things that we do as this organization. We help out fellow veterans that aren't able to get that service, those resources out there. So we try to strive for all that. And I'll strongly say that we've done a pretty good job in reaching out to those members that need that help.
Right.
Yeah,
That is so great.
Let me just add one more thing. Jose and I, we was at the Huntington Beach Veterans Day car show. That was November 11th. And I have to tell you, man, this was one event. There were so many beautiful cars out there. I have to show you that one too, I'm sorry I don't have those pictures available. But man, that was a tremendous event. As a matter of fact, Jose got a chance to see some of his third
31.
division other
first
fellow
Marines.
Marines that was there. It was so they had a group, they had a vehicle there, armored vehicle. You get to see it firsthand. There was a little young lady there. She created some Veterans Day cards and she was handing them out to us. That was a great experience. This little 5 or 6 year old girl gave us a Veterans Day card, and we sung happy birthday to her that day.
Oh,
I have to tell you, little things like that go a long way.
It was beautiful.
Yeah. So
who was the car show organization?
It's Vic and Maria. They are organizers of this car show. This is like their third or fourth year creating and organizing this car show, and all proceeds go to Paralyzed Veterans of America California chapter.
They don't do it for any other nonprofit?
They just do that car show.
That's right, yeah.
And we the benefits from that. And
that is so wonderful.
The Huntington Beach Fire Department was there. They raised over $1,200. And Charles Per Se Band Group, they was there. They played that day.
Amazing.
It was a great day.
That's so cool. Well, God bless you guys, what you're doing for our veterans. That's what's important.
Yeah. Hey, while I have it on my mind, I want to make a mention about one of our members who tried to row across to Hawaii, Angela Madsen. They found her boat. They found her boat about a month and a half or 2 months ago. It washed up ashore somewhere. So
I did see that, Charles.
Yeah, that's
she was paddling to Hawaii
alone.
She's a 3 gold medal recipient. This is one great Marine. She came out and taught us how to throw the javelin, the discus. This was one tough lady Marine.
So tell me this, is this a sad story?
Yes.
About just finding her boat?
Yeah, she was paddling to Hawaii, and she got out the boat to fix something and she drowned, and she was tethered to the boat. It was adrift, and some boat found her, and they rescued her body and they brought it back. But they didn't get the boat. And like Charles was saying, it was adrift out there for a while. And it just recently washed up on shore.
Ooh.
And
baby, God bless her.
Yeah, it was. Yes. I knew Angela from we played basketball together at Acosta, 20, 25 years ago. So and so when the thing, it was when she started off on that trek, it was there was a TV show or a news station that was following her, reporting her every progress. And I woke up the morning and heard that Angela Matson drowned or died.
Oh,
You know,
wow.
and I was like, "What?" And it was
Yeah,
shocking to me. I was like,
yeah.
God bless her.
It was tragic news to all of us, you know.
Mhm.
but you know,
Well, she's with the angels and with the man
yeah,
upstairs.
yes,
So
yes.
Yeah, yeah.
bless her.
But
Well,
we
thank
got
you so.
veterans. You know, we got people that's but you think me jumping off the or rappelling off the bed? We all did it. Elmer did it twice. So you know,
Yeah, yeah,
and so
yeah.
Brooke, you know, Brooke was like, "You crazy," you know.
And then they're gonna try to get me to do it next year.
Yeah,
Huh?
she says she's gonna do it, and I'm
Yeah,
out the segment where she says,
Waiting for that.
I heard it. I heard it. It's recorded.
"Uh-huh,
We're
yeah,
waiting
you
for
were
that.
here. That's right."
You're gonna do it, Connie. You could do it.
Listen to Martha. She kicked me
Yeah,
off
you
now.
gonna go with me, Martha?
Nope.
Martha ain't saying no yes to that. Maybe, yeah, you know.
I'll
Martha
watch.
said no. What about you, Brooke? You gonna go with me?
I'll go with you. I'll
Okay.
do it.
Right,
Okay,
yeah.
let's
Right.
see. We
There we
got
There we
this.
go.
Put that in the archives.
We got evidence.
I'm not
Yeah.
good with heights and jumping
Well-
off of buildings.
I'm not either, but you know,
We'll do it together then. Is it
I
such a
do
tell
it.
you,
blindfold on you first?
the
I'll just close my eyes.
preparation, you guys will feel so safe about it. You'll have a great day that time.
Just to look down though and see how
No,
far.
don't look down.
Okay.
Yeah.
Close your eyes and
There you
go.
Just go down. It's going down. You don't have to look down. Just go down.
Okay. All
Yeah,
right. But you guys take
going
pictures
down.
all while you're going down though, right?
Yeah,
No.
video, pictures, all
Yeah,
kinds
take
of stuff.
pictures all while you're going down.
Oh,
You don't
yeah,
have to
yeah.
have on my happy face,
Yeah.
not my frightened face. Well, thank you so much as always, Elmer. And Jose, it was such an honor to have you on the show and tell us about your story. And don't forget, now Elmer, you're gonna bring him back now, right?
Oh,
yeah.
yeah,
I-
definitely.
I appreciate that, Connie. And yes, I'll definitely be attending.
Please do. You see what we're doing now. What we're working towards is having a platform out there for our veterans to be able to share some of the amazing stories, such as what PVA is doing and what other organizations are doing, and of course what Operation Confidence is doing. We got a big old surprise coming up soon too. We're not too far behind. And then
Yeah.
we're gonna work with you, Elmer. Now that seems like we can breathe a little bit, we have a big project we're gonna work together on too, right?
That's right. Can't
Right,
wait,
right.
Connie.
Yeah, me too. I think we can start planning now. I'm not
Good.
so overly protective now. That's all.
Good, yeah.
That's
We're
that
opening
mother
up a
wit
little
that kicks
more.
in. That's that mother wit that kicks in. You know, I got to make sure everybody's safe.
There you go. We need that.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
she's got
Well,
that.
thank
good.
you so-
Thank you, Connie.
Hey, Elmer, tell everybody how they can reach the PVA CC if they, you know, they
That's
want
right.
to join or whatever, you know.
Yeah, yeah. We have various social media sites. We have our website. It's at www.pva.org. And we also
PACC.
PPACC.
and we're also on Facebook. It's PVA California chapter. You can look us up on Facebook. You can see all the things we're doing. We're even on Instagram and Twitter. So you just gotta type in our name, PVA California chapter, and you can reach us at any of those social media sites.
Is there a
That's
phone number?
great.
Oh yeah, my phone number. You guys can reach me directly at
All right.
909-489-2179. Or my email is Elmer, that's ELMER, at pvacc.org. And same for Jose. It's Jose at pvacc.org. Or Charles at pvacc.org. All of us, we're available. We're here for you. Just reach out to us and let us know, and we'll discuss ongoing events.
Elmer, can you repeat your phone number again so people can write it down in case they didn't catch it?
Yes, it's 909-489-2179. That's
Okay.
the Inland Empire number. That's the 909 number now.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, guys. Look to see you next month for sure. Okay,
Definitely.
We appreciate
definitely.
that. Thank you.
my pleasure. Moving right along, Charles. It's on you for the hot news.
All right, hot news. Okay, says unless your military ID has expired, you don't need a card. That's what the Pentagon officials say.
Hmm.
Military retirees and dependents who hold traditional laminated paper military ID cards, they're not required to upgrade to new IDs until their current cards expire. Despite reports of older IDs being rejected, Pentagon officials said this week, no, that's not happening. Some military retirees and dependents have reported via social media being turned away at military installation gates by guards and base security personnel who say the old style cards are no longer valid. Instead, those users report they are told they must get an upgraded ID to access the installation. Pentagon officials, however, said old style ID cards should still be accepted so long as they are not expired. The Next Generation Uniform Services ID, or USID, was introduced in 2020 and is the first retiree and military dependent card update since 1993. That's a long time.
Wow.
The new cards, which closely resemble the Common Access Card, or CAC, used by troops, are hard plastic and, unlike the previous version, include a color ID photo. The Next Generation IDs are issued to replace old IDs as they expire. Bottom line, expired US IDs are being phased out. Non-expired US IDs continue to be accepted as usual. Army Major Charlie Dietz, a Pentagon spokesman, said in a statement, "We are not directing any sort of upgrade of non-expired US IDs for the purpose of base access. Military retirees and the dependents over 65 whose ID cards do not expire are not eligible for the upgrade unless their current ID cards are lost, stolen, or damaged. Retirees and dependents with expired ID cards, however, do need to renew, and soon. About 500,000 dependent and retiree ID card holders were allowed to use expired IDs over the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic, but Pentagon officials have ended those extensions. Active duty dependents, as well as Guard and Reserve family members whose ID cards expire before July 31st, 2021, have until October 31st, 2021 to get a new ID card. Well, that's passed. Retirees and their family members whose cards expire before the end of July have a deadline of January 31st, 2022. And that's, if you need to reach anyone about this information, you can reach amy.bushatz@military.com. That's amy.bushatz@military.com. Amy
Okay.
Bushatz. I hope I'm saying that right.
That was good information, though. Okay,
Charles,
thank you.
Yes.
Winding
I have
down now.
I have a question about the ID. Well, actually, a comment. So you can actually go to the va.gov website and get that ID. And it was interesting because, like you said, 20 years ago, my little ID expired, so I could never get on the base, or I couldn't do anything until last year when I saw this new ID card. And so it's really easy. You go on the VA's website, enter in, your information from your dates of service, your social security number, date of birth, and you get to choose your own photo, which was actually really nice because I didn't have to worry about taking one 6 times. So I used the photo that I had, and the ID came in the mail with a letter. So now I can use that ID card, like you said, for entrances to the bases, but also for discounts. So this is what I wanted to share with the group is I don't know if you guys know that everybody gives a military discount. So here's what I mean by that. Now, some places don't know if they do, right? You'll go to some places and they'll say, yeah, we give 10%, we give 20% military discount or whatever, you show your ID. But somebody at the store showed me that if you go into the cash register system at any store and enter the number that's in the bottom right-hand corner of your ID, that set of numbers you can put into the tax exempt line at the store, at the merchant, in the merchant system. and it'll automatically give you 10% everywhere you go. But people don't know that. So I went to Petco and I asked if they offer military discount, right? Because the pet products there are extremely expensive. So I was like, okay, let me ask. The guy said, no, I don't think we do. And I said, well, do you do tax exempt? And he said, yeah, we do that. I said, okay, well, then you take military discount. Let me show you. So I gave him my ID. I showed him the numbers on the bottom right-hand corner of the card. He entered the number in, and voila, it popped up as 10% or tax exempt. So you got to get that ID if you haven't had one, because that also opens up now a life of living tax-free.
But
Anyway.
the only thing about that ID, you have to be service connected to get that
Oh,
stuff.
no, not true. I'm not service connected, and I'm a National Guard. So that was why I never got another card. I was upset when they took my card after it expired and didn't offer me any, alternative. I am not service connected yet. I did not, unfortunately, or fortunately, however you look at it, I'm not a combat veteran. And I get kicked to the curb a lot of the times because I was in the National Guard. So, there's always this conversation back and forth that we're not real veterans and we're not, on top of being a women veteran. But no, that's not true. I got the ID and I'm National Guard. And it's all linked to the VA. So the VA was able to go in and verify, my dates of service. So you used to have to be service connected, but that's also changed too. So va.gov.
So you telling me, because I was reserves, that I can get a military ID card?
Absolutely. And I just got mine last year. So I'll send you the link. So you can go straight to it and get your ID card. It came really quick in the mail, along with a letter that said, thank you for your service from the VA. Imagine.
But see,
it's a beautiful thing. I had to share.
Yeah. And that's the part I have problems with the VA, because
me too.
It's without getting into that. Okay, so me, you, and your sister, we still have to connect about what's going on with me and all of that stuff. Anyway,
yes. So, okay,
we'll get together soon, and
so I'll get you guys that website, and we can, Connie, probably put it on the website.
So we need to put it on our website.
Can get that link.
That's good. That's good information to know.
Did you know that, Elmer? You muted.
No, I didn't know. That's good to know. Thanks, Martha.
Thank you, guys. No problem.
Thank you, Martha. Same here. I wasn't aware of that at all.
Yeah, I wasn't either for 20 years until last year. I couldn't believe it. I was like screaming on top of the mountains, like, everybody go get your ID. And then again, about the tax exempt. So it's not that we sign up, right, for these perks or bonuses. I always used to crack a joke about that. But, now that life has changed so much for all of us with this pandemic, we do have to, why not take advantage of those resources that are out there for us? And I know that you're kind of newer, or we're hoping to keep you coming back, but that's sort of my role with this group, is that I'm trying to uncover these resources that nobody knows about, no one heard about, no one's sharing, and get that information out to the rest of us, because that was my situation for so long. I never knew anything about the resources available for free education, certifications, job search, everything, housing. The trick is finding where you can connect with those services, and like you guys are doing over there at the
Martha,
peer-to-peer.
Your internet went out. Repeat that.
You said finding where you connect. Is that what you said?
Where you're connecting with other veterans. That peer-to-peer, vet-to-vet model is what's key, because we talk about suicides, 22 suicides a day. Well, the key to suicide prevention is outreach and reaching out to those veterans in need when they need education or the intake. And so it's you guys have that model and you're practicing that, and it's just really important. So just wanted to throw that out there, some free information, and I'll get the website over to you guys, or the link, so that you guys can share this with other veterans and get your own cards. while you're in the
Yeah.
process.
That's right. Thank you so much. That's so good.
Welcome.
That's great
It
info.
is. It is. You know.
All right, we're winding down now, getting ready to close out. Brooke, take it away, girlfriend.
I'd like to remind our listeners about our amazing advertisement rates. We have 20 and 30-second advertisement slots available. Please email info@operationconfidence.org for more information and visit Operation Confidence's website at www.operationconfidence.org, our resource page for some amazing resources. That email address again, info@operationconfidence.org, and the website www.operationconfidence.org. Also, check out our online store on our website. All items sold, such as t-shirts and sportswear, 100% goes directly to Operation Confidence Housing Workforce Development Building Fund. I'd like to also remind our viewers and radio listeners about Amazon Smile. When making your next purchase on Amazon, please go to Amazon Smile and type in Operation Confidence in the Choose Your Organization donation box. Amazon will make a small donation to Operation Confidence.
Martha? Wee-hoo.
Okay, hold on here.
Are you having problems with your internet?
Nope, I think I got it. Let's see. Okay, I got it. Sorry, guys. Okay, so I would like to inform our listeners today about Operation Confidence's Positive Redirection Team, a group of male and female veterans who are mentors that have overcome similar challenges and situations in their transition back into mainstream society. To be connected or become a team member, please email us at info@operationconfidence.org. Again, that email, info@operationconfidence.org. And also, we're excited to inform our listeners about Operation Confidence's Combat Boots and Lace, Women's Veteran Mentoring and Creative Art Groups. Our art group. We're looking to form a support group for female veterans and help introduce some of these, community healing alternatives. And that was sort of kind of like why I wanted to connect Henry into the mix, but we can get to that part. But yes, if there's any veterans that you know, female veterans that are interested in joining with us, then please have them email me, Martha, at operationconfidence.org. Again, that email address, martha@operationconfidence.org.
Great, thank you. And as always, we want to remind our listeners that our goal for the show is to raise awareness about Operation Confidence, which is our mission to provide stable housing with a wide range of supportive services for our veterans, including employment opportunity, especially for those who are disabled veterans and who have experienced homelessness. So to get involved with our grassroots efforts, please send us an email at info@operationconfidence.org. Once again, info@operationconfidence.org, and visit our website at operationconfidence.org. We want to thank you so much for tuning in to our show today, and make sure to tune in next week. We'll be back at around 2-ish and with more phenomenal guests. Now we're going to close it out with our sponsors and say goodbye. Take it away, Charles.
All right now.
I am Buddy Canute, a former Rosie the Riveter. I riveted P-40 pursuit planes during World War II. We did our part back then. Now, can you step up and help the Rosies pull America together again? Please call 304-776-4743. That is 304-776-4743.
Long Beach, PVA, 'PA, California, Chapter USA. The city by the waterfront, where the veterans work and play. Long Beach, PBA, California chapter USA. The city by the waterfront, where the veterans work and play.
For more information or to be a guest on our show, email info@operationconfidence.org.
Bye.